I don't, but if you guys do, I take all suggestions. So that's one of the challenges of the draft is trying to anticipate. I don't think we're quite at that point yet where we're going to try to figure out what's going to go on in front of us. We're still in the evaluation of our own board and trying to get guys where we think and the value and putting them where we think for our team. Further down the line, maybe once we get into the middle of April, the last couple of weeks leading up to the draft, then we'll start to try to predict what might happen in front of us, behind us, around us, and that's part of the strategy of the draft. So, right now Mark, I don't have an idea of where that's going to go. That probably will come into light here in the next couple of months. I have not. If you guys hear anything, come let me know. So. No, I'm not surprised. No, we're sitting here at the end of February. We got a ways to go on that. I think everybody's still in the middle of their evaluation process. I think there's a lot of unknown right now about, again, somebody asked a question earlier about what's going to happen in front of us. I mean, we can sit here, somebody could say, hey, I think I know what's going to happen, and nobody knows. Nobody knows. So, I think those discussions, Josh, I think those happen more as we get closer to the draft into April. And I think that's what happened last year. We didn't have a lot of discussions over our pick last year at this time. And even if we did, they would be so surface level that I don't think I would put any credence into them anyway. So I'm sure those calls will come, and I mean we're going to make our fair share of calls too. I think last year we proved that we were more than willing to move up, to move back, to stay put and pick. So I think those discussions will come a little bit further down the road. Like we're never going to pigeon ourselves into, hey, we need this position at that spot. Really we're going to take a look at the board and we're going to have a plan for guys that we like and guys that fit us. But no, I don't see a situation where we would say, hey, like we're going to target this certain position later in the draft. Yeah, I think roster construction in general, it comes in various forms. It comes in forms throughout the season, and just so happens that two of the biggest times to add to our roster come back to back here between free agency and the draft. So, I think whatever you're talking about, whether you're talking about spending money in free agency, spending draft capital, it's a commitment. And once you commit to one area, whether it's financially or with a high draft pick, it takes you out of doing that to another area. And so, I think anytime that we can add talented players that we think fit us both culturally and on the field, like we're going to investigate every avenue to do that, no matter how that comes about.